Hey, how y'all doing today? Came in for early morning one and Shaq and send out to a lot of others. Maybe they join on one. It's up to them. Um, I just said, you know what? Since they let me finally back on, I just got to catch them on a lot of stuff. But a lot of things going on. I think I like to call it the state of emergency and the state of delusion, whichever one works best. It's actually probably both. Um, so it is what it is. Either way, we in for a lot of hell if we don't get our act together. One way or the other. What's the state of delusion? Not staring reality in the face. Best way to put it. Right? That's the state of delusion. Yep. I was talking about St. Louis earlier today, brother. But a lot of things going on. We get to the part of the state of delusion thing. I'll get to this in a minute, but that's gonna be one of my first topics right there. Supreme Court upholds federal court upholds Tennessee's ban on gender affirming care for minors. Which I don't even know why this is even some type of even argument for real. But if you leave it to the freaks and the geeks, that's the arguments you're going to have. So, but people really have to stand up to this. Mhm. Stand up for this and know what's going on. Yeah, I've heard Jamie Foxx is back out. Uh, so you say, if you believe it, right? Hmm. But I'm not sure. That's to be determined. Uh, it's to be determined because we really don't know what they're telling us. Really kind of sad to it that we don't know what they're telling us on that part of it. Mm. But it is what it is. The question ain't about what they're telling you, what you gonna do about it is a more pressing question. And people have been incredibly silent. Malaria, so forth, and the like, and so-called reported cases in Florida and Texas. But just because reported don't mean it's necessarily true neither. So that's something else that needs to be talked about. But certainly we got to come to grips with what we hear may not always be true, or it may be scattered to fit a certain narrative. So that's that. Yeah. We do have to understand those things. And don't always fall from a banana in the tailpipe. Because that's what we've been doing a lot lately. More falling for the banana in the good old tailpipe. Yeah, well, yeah. All right. So what? I've been sending. I got it. All right, cool. So that's that. So let's get that straight. So that works. I ain't seen no damn pollen outside. I don't know why it's about high pollen alert. Waiting on Chak to get in. But nevertheless, fair use disclaimer. Under copyright disclaimer, Section 107 of Copyright Act 1966, allowance made for fair use purposes, criticism, comment, report, teaching, scholarship, education, research. Fair use of use permitted by copyright statute might otherwise be infringing. So that's that. All right. So now I can go hear my video.
Appeals court impacting LGBTQ rights in Tennessee. The court is temporarily upholding that state's ban on gender-affirming care for transgender minors, making it the first federal.
What's going on, brother?
Come on. Yo, slow motion. What's good with it?
Not much.
Yeah.
Getting to the good old news of the day, brother.
Yeah.
They say they done spotted Jamie Foxx again, but
ain't that movie supposed to be coming out?
Yeah, I think I already did. I might be close to it.
Oh, okay.
But let me put this out there for you. And once you hear this, just relax. And listen, then you can comment out this. I'll tell you, we're in a state of emergency. This is a state of emergency podcast.
LGBTQ rights in Tennessee. The court is temporarily upholding that state's ban on gender-affirming care for transgender minors, making it the first federal court ruling of its kind.
The ban goes into effect immediately. Doctors in Tennessee will no longer be able to prescribe puberty blockers or surgery to minors until the court issues its full ruling in September.
NBC News legal analyst Danny Ceballos joins us now to explain what this ruling means. All right, so Danny, we've seen a lot of states pass bans on gender-affirming care, and then we've seen courts in Alabama, Florida, and Kentucky step in and say, no, we don't like these bans. What's different about the Tennessee case here?
Well, first, all this is, and a lot of these cases are a decision not about whether or not ultimately gender-affirming care will be allowed or not be allowed. It's about what do we do while we await deciding this case on the merits. This is really about who gets to do what while we're working this case out. So the question is, should minors be allowed to get gender-affirming care, or should we wait and not allow that until the case is decided? And it's not a coin flip. The odds are against the challengers. In other words, to allow minors to continue to get gender-affirming care while they wait, they have the burden to prove that they are likely to win on the merits. So the lower court here concluded that they did make that showing. The appeals court here concluded that they did not. And when you get to the appeals court on an issue of law like this, the appeals court doesn't have to show any deference to the district court, the lower court. The appeals court here did an independent analysis and concluded that the challengers were not likely to win on the merits. And it's always very weird because, in a sense, the likelihood of winning on the merits analysis means essentially the court is forecasting the ultimate winner. They're giving you an idea of what direction this case is going before it's even been decided on the merits.
So we mentioned this is temporary. What happens between now and when this full ruling comes expected in September?
Yeah, the case gets decided. That's really all that's going on when you have these preliminary injunctions and then stays of the preliminary injunctions. A lot of this legal language sounds super complicated, but it really is just about, while we hit the pause button, while we're waiting for things to happen, what do we allow to go on? And again, it goes back to, while we're waiting, should minors be allowed to get gender-affirming care, or should we not allow that while we figure all of this out?
So this is the ruling in Tennessee. Other areas have different rulings. So what happens around the country? And does this feel like an issue that ultimately goes to the Supreme Court, or what?
Yeah, this is really interesting. You're talking about sort of the patchwork situation that we have presently in the United States. And what's fascinating about that is the court, in the opinion, pointed out that very fact, the fact that there are different court decisions all over the United States, goes to showing that the challenges are not likely to prevail on the merits. Why? Because courts all over the place have differing opinions about which direction they should go. So that alone is evidence that the challenges here are not likely to win on the merits. Ultimately, this issue really can be boiled down to, is the issue of minors being allowed to have access to gender-affirming care, is that a fundamental right that is taken outside the realm of the democratic process? Or instead, is it something that the voters should be allowed to decide? That's what all of these fundamental rights issues ultimately come down to.
All right, Danny Savella.
What do you think about that, man?
Man, that's all it's confusing, man. I don't even understand why they trying to pass some stuff like that, man. Sounds like a whole bunch of psychos they're letting psychos out and make decisions for other psychos. That would sound like to me. All this shit sound weird. Gender affirming? Come on, dude.
So I got a question.
You got now. Okay, go. Shoot.
Is this part of the? Yeah, I told you, it's state of emergency, it's state of delusion. Which one of this is this a state of emergency or a state of delusion? Could be both, right?
All the above, because we know. Okay, let's start here, right? Any major transplanting surgery, you got to have a donor, right? A matching donor, right? Blood type, right?
Mm-hmm.
Blood type. I mean, if you got a heart, any major organ donor, it has to be. You can't just put any organ in anybody. It has to be a match. And even if it is a match, sometimes the body still might not take.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right. You hear me? Hello? Check.
They telling me they got the technology to transition these young children. And why they want to do it to young children so much? Why they ain't doing it to the adults? Why they want to do it to they are treating these are tests once again, Bernard. They're what's the name? lab. They're treating these kids as lab dummies and testing this stuff out on these kids, man. And not even caring what the pros and cons and side effects could be, long term or short term. That's horrible. And they see what they want. They want the people. They want to bag the people up in the corner to agree with them, just like they did with this pandemic and COVID shots, and to bag the people in the corner and say, well, oh, we got to prove it. Oh, so now we want everybody to approve it. No, we ain't approving that. It's not approvable by the people. And who is more important, the FDA or the people? Or these other little NGOs? Or these who you think is important? The masses.
The FDA, if the FDA say so, it gotta go. All right. Now I'm about to get to another thing. I want you to answer the question:
Mm-hmm.
state of illusion or state of delusion?
Mm-hmm.
Now for a look at your top 10 headlines in just 2 minutes.
Oh,
Sacramento police say a man was shot and killed on Saturday night. It happened and Fort have yet to announce any specs.
Sacramento County Sheriff's Office, a man from Elk Grove died at the county Main jail last night. The 43-year-old man was arrested back on July 2nd. The office says his cellmate reported that he'd stopped breathing, and first responders tried to save his life but could not. Foul play is not suspected.
Police in Western Pennsylvania are looking for a missing inmate who escaped from a prison there using bed sheets and workout equipment. Police have said they found if he was considered dangerous.
A major landslide in LA County has forced people living in 12 homes there to evacuate. Officials say all of the people impacted are safe, but their homes are too unstable to go back into. Police are keeping an eye on the houses until they're safe again.
The NTSB is learning more about that fatal plane crash north of San Diego. The pilot apparently said he was going to do a missed approach procedure before landing. Investigators think this was likely because of the fog and a marine layer nearby. It's the second fatal crash at that airport last week.
At least 9 people were hurt after gunmen opened fire into a crowd in Cleveland, Ohio. Police have no motive behind the shooting or a suspect. The injured range in age from 23 to 38. All of them are expected to survive.
Strong storms brought heavy rain and flooding to parts of Oklahoma City, taking power. As many 45,000 people were without power at one point, but many of those homes since had it restored.
A family in Ohio is outraged after a police officer killed their dog, Dixie. They claimed that it never been aggressive to anyone, and that officer fired 3 more times once he hit the dog. The officer says the dog charged him and was off leash.
Officials in Spain say at least 4 people were seriously hurt in the running of the bulls. This year marks 3 years American author Ernest Hemingway first witnessed the tradition, immortalizing it in his book The Sun Also Rises.
A nearly $2.7 million Powerball ticket was sold at a gas station at this week's stop on Lakes Drive near Delta College. Nobody has won the jackpot. The total is expected to be $650 million.
And that's a look at your top 10 headlines in just...
What do you think about that, Chak? A lot of interesting stuff going on in there.
I want to see. Hey, look, I want to see the follow up. I want to see the follow up on some of these stories. You putting them out there. What's the follow up on?
It's not that gunman in Cleveland. They told you the age between 23 and 38. They couldn't tell you who he was. No motive. They ain't find out nothing.
Whoa. Stop it. How they know their age, but they can't tell you? Come on, man. Do that sound right?
No.
Huh?
No.
Well, how they got these special powers to know the ages, but they don't know who the person is? You can't put out no specific race, no specific you know what I mean? How?
I'm about to pull up for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to pull it up for you.
First and foremost, we want to acknowledge all the victims of last night's mass shooting that happened here in the warehouse district. Thank the Lord, no one died from last night's mass shooting. But it was a tragic and sad day nonetheless, and truly shows the massive gun problem we have, not just in Cleveland, not just in Ohio, but across this nation.
So approximately about 2:25 this morning, right here in this location, we had an individual who actually started shooting at a crowd of people. That's what we have right now. It's important to note and understand we have officers assigned here. It's called the warehouse detail. We have officers assigned here at that particular time as patrons were coming out of different nightclubs. We had two officers actually and their cars, their marked cars, right at the corner there of West St. Clair and West 6th. Marked cars, officers in uniform, there are light bars, their lights are gone. We also had an additional officer just a little bit further north, parked, I believe, just getting out the car, and also a sergeant that was also driving northbound from West St. Clair towards West Lakeside when this occurred. This particular individual started shooting towards the crowd. As you all know, struck 9 individuals. The officers immediately ran to the gunfire, ran to the victims, and rendered first aid. All the officers rendered first aid to the victims. As I stated, we had 9 total victims, 7 males and 2 females ranging from ages 23 to 38 years old. Again, I stress, we had officers assigned here. This is part of their detail, a very visible presence of officers, but yet this individual decided to use that weapon and shoot individuals, even with our officers here. So it's not a matter of police response. It's not a matter of police visibility, because we were here and we will continue to be here. What we have now for suspect, the subject is a black male that we know right now, a black male, and that's the extent of it. He may have had a grill in his mouth, a gold grill. We do have some leads, and we'll get that information out to you guys a little bit later. But I have to stress again, our officers were on scene and they responded immediately.
It's so important that we honor the hard work and the amazing response time by police department and EMS as well too. Every weekend we have a large police presence right here in the warehouse district, and our first responders did a fantastic job to provide aid to all the victims last night as well. Thirdly, I want to also highlight the importance of this fact. Last summer, the Republican-led legislature in Columbus passed Senate Bill 215. And across this state, from Cleveland to Columbus, Cincinnati, we've seen an uptick in shootings across our state. We need Republicans in Columbus to give us mayors more tools to get guns off our streets. I am sick and tired of getting these calls late at night. I'm sick and tired of hearing from our residents and victims of gun violence, and Republicans blaming us as mayors for violent crime. We need their help.
I call
Thanks for
bullshit.
watching our YouTube channel.
I call bullshit.
No, wait a minute.
I call bullshit. I call bullshit.
Is it a state of emergency or a state of delusion?
That's a state of delusion, dude. I call bullshit. First of all.
All right.
Let me tell you why. They say that they had officers stationed at certain points there, so they was on the scene, right? He kept saying he implemented that they had officers on scene. We be here, we always be here, we always be stationed here when these events go on, right? So y'all see the video. You see a black so-called suspect. You seen him enough. You don't know who he is, but you know he had grills. First of all, you know it is a black male. First of all, grills.
Hey, good video.
Now hold on. Now hold on. Y'all didn't stop the suspect. All y'all stationed in these positions and didn't know. Did y'all fire your weapons? That's what I want to know. Did these motherfuckers fire weapons?
I call bullshit. I'm gonna tell you why I call.
Did they fire any weapons? Because if he there, so that means, but they didn't say he fired on them. They say he fired in the crowd.
Wait a minute, man.
So if you know there's police there, somebody know there's police there, You didn't tell me you're gonna just fire in the crowd and then get lost.
Nobody. They also said nobody died. They said nobody died neither. You heard me? Nobody died, right?
And what mayor? See, this is the problem too. This is how you know this could be a psyop they set up, because he implemented gun violence and he implemented Republicans. This is all political. Nothing but strictly political satire. This bullshit. What mayor deliberately calls out a whole party, a whole political party like that? I never heard a mayor do that. Put the earnest and blame on a whole political party like that.
Nobody got killed, Chak. Nobody got killed. Man. So what is a mass shooting? Nobody got killed.
Man, dude. They didn't take the suspect down?
Lying to you, man.
They didn't take the suspect down.
No.
Well, how did he get away?
No.
Something ain't right, man. Do they got video? Did they have videotape of it? Huh?
They ain't sure that.
There's no videotape out there?
Nope. Not that. They didn't say that.
Man, you at this event, and we know these cops got body cams and shit. So where the body cam at? Where the cop cams at? What are street surveillance in these areas at? Where they at? Why we don't ever get them when these massive shooting events happen? And they was on the scene. Huh?
Right.
They say they were stationed. They had multiple officers and patrol officers stationed in certain positions. So I don't get it. We went straight to the victims.
Wait a minute, Chak. Hold on. Trying to put this thing in. This could be called a state of emergency. But go ahead.
I said, yeah, they said he was adamant that they ran straight to the victim. So they pretty much saying that, oh, well, we saved him. He's in certain many ways, he's saying we saved the victim. Oh, we went straight to the victims. Y'all didn't take the target out? I thought the training was to take the immediate target out and eliminate the danger. Because how can other officers EMT get to the people if they don't never know if it's an ambush, that they could be ambushed, secure the area. I'm trying to understand.
Oh, here it is. All right, I want you to hear this now.
For the first time in 20 years.
Now look, this is called a state of emergency. Okay? Play this one for you. All right, Chak. Just hold your horses.
Malaria has been locally transmitted within the U.S. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has identified 5 cases, 4 in Florida and 1 in Texas. William Brangham spoke recently with an epidemiologist about what we know and how concerned we should be.
For more on these unusual cases, we turn to Catherine Troisi, who's an infectious disease epidemiologist with UT Health Houston School of Public Health. Catherine, thank you so much for being here. We have seen malaria in the past in the United States, but these cases and how they're transmitting is different. Can you explain?
Sure. We always, every year, have some cases of malaria, but they are in people who acquired the malaria abroad and then came back to the United States or were visiting. These cases are different because the people who are infected got it here in the United States.
And so is the hypothesis then that originally someone got sick abroad, came back, and then were bitten by a mosquito here, and that's how it spread?
Yes, and then so someone who got malaria abroad came back to the United States, was bitten, and then that mosquito bit somebody else, and they got infected.
How the hell they know
Is
that?
how malaria spreads. It's not a person-to-person spread, right?
Correct. There has to be a mosquito bite, although it can be spread through blood transfusions or from pregnant mother to the baby.
So when people think of malaria, on some level, I think people acknowledge all of the deaths that occur every year all over the world. How worrying is this here in the United States?
You know, of course, public health officials are keeping an eye on this, but we're not real worried. It's not like COVID because it's not spread person to person. The United States used to, particularly in southern states, used to have a lot of malaria. The precursor to the CDC was actually formed to combat malaria in southern states. However, through the use of insecticides, through the use of better sanitation, getting rid of standing water, informing people that they should use insect repellent, we have been declared malaria-free since 1970. So while it's disturbing to have a few locally transmitted cases, we're just not real worried about it blowing up into a COVID-like situation.
I mean, given that public health success, and it is undoubtedly a success, is there the concern then that we've sort of forgotten about malaria and people don't know what the symptoms are like, and maybe even doctors may not know what the symptoms are and may not know it when they see it?
Yeah, we've actually seen this with a number of infectious diseases that we've been very successful in controlling. Doctors, parents don't know what some of these childhood infections are, and that's certainly true with malaria. It's important if someone is infected to get treated quickly for a couple of reasons. One is for their own health, but also the longer they're infected, the more likely it is the mosquito could bite them and then transmit the infection to the United States. So this is a good wake-up call for physicians, particularly, and other healthcare providers to think malaria if they see someone with a high fever and flu-like symptoms.
Those are the symptoms, principally fever, flu-like symptoms?
Yeah, fever, chills, flu-like symptoms.
I understand that.
Well, they full of shit, Bernard.
This particular species of parasite.
Well, in one sense, that is correct. It does not cause as severe disease as the other strains of malaria. But in another sense, it's worse because the parasite, the Plasmodium parasite, can hide out. And so you can have what's called relapsing fever. So it's like never, and you have symptoms. So it's important for physicians to be able to tell exactly what strain you have so that they can give you, you may need more medication to effectively combat it.
So if someone felt some of those symptoms, but then they went away, maybe not breathe a sigh of relief and go get that checked out.
Right. And, you know, those are very indescript symptoms. So one thing you might think about is where you are in the United States. If you're in Maine, for example, not very likely that it's malaria. If you're in Florida, Texas, you know, those Gulf states where it's very warm, particularly right now, then maybe you might be a little bit more concerned. It also
Stop the damn press, Mug. Stop the damn press. It's warm in Virginia. Man, it was muggy as hell. Man, look. It was warm yesterday after it rained. We had a thunderstorm rain yesterday. All right? I told you last night I wanted to do a show on this last night, but the power got knocked out and it wasn't even raining in. You expected to go up during a thunderstorm. It was out for a while. I went to sleep. When I came back on, the fan was on, everything back on. I forgot to charge my phone last night because the power was off, right? Thanks a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Right.
man, ain't damn warm weather why no daggone malaria is coming. That's right, these are man-made mosquitoes.
Man, listen to what she
like
said.
Dawson saying, yeah.
But listen to what they say. See, this is the problem. They always give you so much vague and indecisive results. Oh, it might be, but it ain't really. This strand might be, but it really ain't. But then again, it is dangerous than this other one, but it ain't dangerous like this. It's sure it might be sometimes, can be. What? Hold on. What? Now, how you know
And
it's transmitted?
They told you not to
Where
see
it's
it like COVID.
from and transmitted from.
And they told you it's not as bad as COVID, which means they gonna make it as bad. Possibly. Yeah, that's right, Dawson. Dude in Memphis, Tennessee said they got one company that on Drive My Own Show said they got one company that control everything and control the water, electricity, and something else. And when everything get hit at one time. He said anytime it rains, power's out. That's in Memphis, Tennessee alone. So something going on with these cities. They doing a lot of electrical work under the ground, because every time you look around, you don't see that many people on the light pole up top. You see them working on the ground. Because even the other day when I was riding home, they gonna take one section of an intersection and they drilling in the ground. I asked them, "What are y'all doing?" I asked them one time, "What are y'all doing out here?" They're like, "Oh, we were just working on the water underground." Now y'all doing more than working on water, because y'all doing this for weeks at a time.
Man, they trying to turn this plan into a big incubator. A big
Let me finish, because I want to hear what the lion woman got to say.
Also has to do, to get malaria, you have to be bit by a mosquito. And so people who are outside a lot of the time are particularly at risk. If you spend most of your time inside in air conditioning, it's not so likely.
Oh man, here they go with the bullshit.
That increases the spread of mosquitoes biting us is warmer temperatures. We know it's incredibly warm in the American South right now, but we also know that climate change is warming up our atmosphere and warming up the planet as well. Is it inevitable that malaria will eventually come back to the United States or not?
Well, you are correct that climate change affects the distribution of the mosquito that's responsible for spreading malaria. Also, when temperatures are higher, those mosquitoes feed more often, so people are more likely to get bit. And the parasite itself replicates faster inside the mosquito. Also, climate warming contributes to increased storms, so there may be more standing water where mosquitoes can breed. However, again, in the United States, because we have most people have screens on their windows, on their doors. We know to wear insect repellent, although this is a good reminder. We don't have a lot of the deficiencies in our prevention mechanisms that would lead to widespread of malaria.
All right, Catherine Troisi of UT.
Then why bring it up then? If it's so minor and minute, then why even bring it up at all? And why do a reporting with study and do a report on it? If it's so...
Dawson, you're exactly right. For some, I want to answer Doc. Yep, Dawson, they working out in the ground in front of my yard. Yep, they doing it in residential area too. They doing a lot down here too. So this is a what I call a nationwide thing they doing with these things. Yeah, but actually they beat me to it, because I said when they talk about going outside, I said the next thing they're gonna talk about is climate change. And she said just what I expected her to say. If you stay inside with air conditioner, you don't gonna have to worry about mosquitoes. Well, but what if you knock out the grid? Then you ain't got no air conditioner. So you gotta go outside then, don't you? Unless you can burn up like a damn oven.
But you know what? All the studies show that going outside and getting fresh oxygen, fresh air is good for the body. It lowers all type of things and ailments that you got, body aches, headaches. You sitting up in the house, up under that AC, and recirculating that same old carbon dioxide and the carbon that you supposed to be what's the name? Your body's supposed to naturally get rid of. You're breathing that shit right back in. That's why you go outside and open some windows and stuff and let the fresh air in. Fresh air in. Bad air, so you don't keep recycling the same old air. That's the whole point of breathing. That's the whole mechanism and concept of breathing. Taking a breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, exhale. If you inhale and exhale inside your house and you ain't open the windows up getting no fresh air, you're causing yourself harm. Because you're ingesting, you're breathing back in the toxic chemicals that you're supposed to be expelling out your body or whatever.
All right. So I'm on. Yeah, Dawson. You know what? Biden meeting with what's his name, Prince Charles or King Charles today too. I forgot to mention that he meeting with King Charles today. That's just something that just came across. But I'll get to that later. That's not in my that wasn't in my state of, but that could be that's not a state of emergency illusion. That's just some nonsense. But I need to know what he meet with the king for, so let's find that out later. But nevertheless, but that would be a state of emergency with the malaria because the CDC announced it. I'm not talking about state of emergency but on our eyes, we need to watch that. Yeah, so, but that's right. As a matter of fact, you know what? Y'all right, because yesterday, you talking about screens. I had a daggone wasp that made a nest in one of my window sills. I said, you know what? I just daggone can't get in. But I just daggone, hey, watch it. But look, check this out. I want y'all to hear this. This is about the next climate change, the so-called emergency.
News overnight. Torrential rain triggering catastrophic flooding on the East Coast. At least one person was killed. Crews racing to rescue people through the night.
And in addition to the rain, we know that millions are suffering from that triple-digit heat from coast to coast with no relief in sight.
Victor Kendo standing by with more on that. We begin with Ginger tracking the flood emergency. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, good morning to you, George. Cindy Byers' driveway consumed by all that flooding. That's a sinkhole, almost getting her neighbor's truck in. The debris holding it up and the debris all against her home because of that creek, which was just 18 hours ago a raging river. So we've had more than 8 inches of rain in about 24 hours in a lot of places here in the Hudson Valley. A 1 in 1,000 year flood event down to Pennsylvania. That means a 0.1% chance of that happening at any point in the year. It is rare, it's dangerous, and it's not over. Catastrophic flooding swallowing New York's Hudson Valley, just north of New York City.
Oh my God.
A state of emergency in Orange County. This family frantically trying to keep the water out of their home.
Please stop! Let it stop!
Elsewhere in the same county, one woman was killed, swept away in those turbulent floodwaters. People driving on Storm King Highway in Cornwall, dodging rushing waterfalls. Dozens of roads closed.
The focus today is going to be getting into those areas that were inaccessible during the storm. There were some roadways that were washed out in and around the village. So we'll go door to door down there, make sure that everybody's safe.
At the U.S. Military Academy, West Point, more than 8 inches of rain, most of it in just about 6 hours. Cars, roads, and homes submerged.
Every road that I go on, either there's power lines down or there's trees down, it's flooded. I can't get home.
This country club in Woodbury inundated, now under nearly 4 feet of water. In Fort Montgomery, cars washed down a driveway.
It was extremely scary. I have never seen anything like this before. To just watch all of the water come running through my property, taking everything with it, and there was nothing that we could do.
Multiple water rescues overnight, the National Weather Service urging people to avoid driving. This video in Highland Falls showing water nearly as high as the fence. In Pennsylvania,
oh my gosh, look at this vehicle.
Cars up to their hood trying to cross flooded streets. That van stalling out, needing rescue. And the red sedan not going anywhere as water swells around it. Others running and salvaging anything they can. Look at this map to see just how pinpointed and targeted that 8 to 12 inches. This is radar estimates from eastern Pennsylvania up here to Orange County-ish and Rockland counties up into parts of Connecticut. So we will see more of this today. We already are. I'm seeing damage reports coming in from Vermont. The flood watches go into Maine. New Hampshire's covered in it too. Michael, anticipate 4 to 6 inches, and it does hit close to home. I only had to travel about 20 miles this morning to get to all of this.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, why now? Summertime. You thought this thing be in the springtime, but you're having all these torrential rains. What are we in the tropics, Chak? What's that? Are we in the tropics? What's going on? State of emergency, but are we in the tropics? Seems like you got a lot of problems there. I don't know. But, boy, not good. If you live in the areas. Of course, you could get flood insurance, though. So, I mean, I ain't no one to think about living by no creek because I know that could happen. But right now, with all the crazy stuff going on, I don't think that we want that to happen. I mean, but hey, it is what it is. But people need to be careful. Matter of fact, why y'all living in New York anyway? That daggone place. Boy. Chak, you there?
Oh yeah, I was on mute. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah, no, I was. I'm trying to. Now, people don't watch the news, the weather stuff. If they saying it's gonna rain, why would you be out there in some of these areas driving in that type of deep water? Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
People need to get somewhere and get their ass stationary, man.
You're right.
But I know some people might get caught up going to work or coming home from work, trying to go ahead and make it home or make it to the store and back. But man, where is the consciousness at? If you see it raining like that, and they telling you it possibly gonna rain, it's gonna be torrential rain or some shit, get your ass somewhere and get stationary, man. Even if you out, damn, turn your radio on, man. Listen to and see what the updates. You know what I mean? Damn.
Hold on, Chak. Hold on.
In Mexico, at least one.
All right. This. Well, I don't believe it. Well, I mean, I think it's chemical engineering. I don't think it. I don't think the haze from the fire in Canada happened. They ain't hearing one daggone thing of no daggone fire. They claim it's a fire, but it ain't traveling all the way that far. And I know it ain't traveling from no daggone Canada, no daggone Virginia. Shoot. Quality air has been raised for weather. Oh, I agree with the quality air daggone be a hazard, but daggone they making it hazardous though. It ain't hazardous on its own. Now let me put this out there. Chak, this is a state of emergency. This ain't no delusion. But who calls in the state of emergency?
100 people are dead due to heat-related causes after temperatures swelled up to 50 degrees Celsius in some parts of the country. Authorities confirmed Thursday the 3-week-long heat wave claimed about 112 lives. The health ministry said nearly all fatalities were due to heat stroke, followed by dehydration. While the rainy season has brought in some cooler temperatures, authorities have also warned another heat wave may grip the country this July. A sweltering heat wave continues to scorch the U.S. state of Texas. Temperatures above 38 degrees Celsius are being recorded in Texas and some states in the southeast due to a weather phenomenon known as heat dome. So far, around 13 deaths are being linked to the heat wave. Some 62 million Americans are under excessive heat watches and warnings.
This is Texas. It's going to be hot. So whether we're dealing with 97 degrees or whether you're dealing with 102, hot is hot. And then, of course, when you combine that with the humidity. So with that being said, it's important that we all take the necessary precautions, be mindful of not leaving anybody in your car, including pets, and then be mindful when we come out to celebrate the 4th of July celebrations that we come prepared.
Back in the U.S., air quality hits unhealthy levels in Washington, D.C. due to dissipating smoke from Canada's wildfires. Washington's air quality alert was in the red zone Thursday, marking the second time this month that smoky haze has blanketed the capital. Dozens of other states were put under varying air quality alerts, affecting over 80 million Americans from the Midwest to the East Coast. Canada is currently battling its worst fire season on record, with hundreds of active wildfires raging across the country. Torrential rains in South Korea that triggered a landslide left a 1-year-old baby dead and forced hundreds to flee their homes. The disaster left the baby's home in Yeongju City buried in mud. Rescuers say the infant died soon after being sent to a hospital. The death was the second since the summer rainy season began in South Korea. Yeongju City was among the hardest hit by the monsoon. Disaster officials have also declared heavy rain warnings in the south of the country, including the island of Jeju. Former U.S. Vice President Mike Pence meets with the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in a surprise trip to Ukraine. Pence vowed to continue supporting Ukraine throughout the Russian conflict. He also visited 3 cities near the capital, Kyiv, to inspect damage from Russian shelling. Pence is the first Republican candidate to meet with Zelensky during the campaign period. He's taking on his former boss, then U.S. President Donald Trump, for the 2024 GOP nomination.
We need to make sure that we provide the Ukrainian military what they need to push back on and defeat Russian aggression here, because it will make it clear to Russia, to China, and to any other nations in the world that would seek to redraw international lines by force, that the free world will not stand for it. The free world will stand together for freedom.
Meanwhile, Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg meets with Ukrainian President Zelensky. Thunberg visited Kiev Thursday to draw attention to the environmental damage caused by the war in Ukraine. There, she criticized the world's response to the June 6 collapse of the massive Kakhovka Dam, which left dozens of villages inundated and farmlands without irrigation. Ukraine is investigating the dam blast as a possible war crime and a so-called ecocide. The damage is estimated at 1.2 billion euros. And before you go, Filipino-American singer Olivia Rodrigo returns to the pop music scene. That's after she released her newest single, Vampire. In a tweet, the 20-year-old hitmaker said the song helped her sort through lots of feelings of regret, anger, and heartache. She adds it's now one of her favorite songs on her upcoming album, Guts, which will be released on September 8th. The Fil-Am singer bagged 3 awards in the 2022 Grammy Awards last April, including the coveted Best New Artist trophy.
Yeah, what up, Bishop? I see you down there in the chat. Dang, you said it was hot up there in Philly, huh?
Now, let's bring up something here. That thing with Pence going to Ukraine, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, then the Biden administration, didn't they just send some missiles over there?
Yeah, but
Over
Biden
there to
also said,
Ukraine?
the U.S. stockpile was low on artillery too.
Mm.
He's going to a NATO summit too.
Right, but they just sent, that's what I'm saying. They just send them missiles, them bombs over there to Ukraine. Now, them bombs that they send over there to Ukraine is banned in over 100 nations.
Yep.
You know, but they claim they don't want Ukraine to drop the bombs over on the city, Russia city or some shit, capital city or something. Come on,
I'm playing
man.
for you.
Yeah, play that, man, because this is.
Cluster munitions have long been a contentious weapon on the world stage for their ability to send tens to hundreds of smaller bombs flying when they explode. The U.S. is now planning to supply Ukraine with thousands in its latest aid package.
With this announcement, we will be able to provide Ukraine with hundreds of thousands of additional artillery ammunition immediately.
The worry is smaller bombs not exploding but staying live, which have hurt civilians during and after wars in places like Vietnam. The U.S. last used them in Iraq in 2006 and started phasing them out in 2016. More than 120 countries banned cluster munitions, and the UN has asked both Russia and Ukraine to not use them.
It's why I was so disappointed in this decision.
Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs is of the same mind. She says cluster munitions go against the humanitarian ethics and morals the U.S. is known for around the world.
I believe it's my responsibility as a representative of the largest military community in the country to make sure that we are talking about the long-term consequences of decisions like these and how it might impact our service members as well.
But U.S. officials say the ones they're sending to Ukraine have a lower rate of turning out to be duds, meaning fewer unexploded bombs left on the battlefield. Not to mention, they say Russia is using them in civilian areas. Ukraine has used them too, and they're specifically asking for more.
We base our security assistance decision on Ukraine's needs on the ground. And Ukraine needs artillery to sustain its offensive and defensive operations.
Congresswoman Jacobs isn't alone. She signed a letter along with 19 other Congress members opposing the shipment. Nevertheless, she has praised President Biden for his, quote, expertise and level-headedness in handling the war and says she will continue to support aid for Ukraine. This new aid package totals about $800 million. It includes ammunition and armored vehicles.
$800 million, brother. That could be called a state of emergency because daggone people don't know what's going on. All right, last one of the day, brother. Last one. I don't know if you call this a state of emergency or a state of what. This could be anything, if you believe it. I don't believe it, but
For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Abba. Some good news surrounding Jamie Foxx's health scare that took place back in April. The 55-year-old actor and comedian was just spotted Sunday afternoon enjoying a yacht ride down Lake Michigan in Chicago. According to TMZ, who would first break the news, a now-released video would show Fox interacting with a group of fans who spotted him sitting on a mega yacht accompanied by what looks to be his family and youngest daughter. At first, many people people would be skeptical if the video of Fox was old, but we have to report that an Instagram user would take an entirely separate photo of Fox on the same day, enjoying some of the Chicago weather. User FatFolks624 would share a photo of Fox on the boat with the caption, "Auntie said she just sailed past Jamie Foxx on Lake Michigan. She said it looks like he's doing well." For many, this comes as a relief after months of speculation. According to People magazine just a week ago, a source was shared that he still was not himself after his mysterious medical emergency. He is getting the best care and working hard to recover right now, but he's still not himself. For those who don't know, Fox will be taken to Chicago Medical Facility Shirley Ryan Ability Lab. According to their site, the facility specializes in traumatic brain injury, stroke recovery, spinal cord injury, pediatric rehabilitation, and cancer rehabilitation. Sources have claimed that Fox suffered a stroke in Atlanta while filming his new film, Back in Action. As far as Fox's career, he is headed back to the screen for the newest film, They Clone Tyrone, on July 21st, starring Fox, John Boyega, and Tiana Paris. While doing press for the project, Boyega recently gave an update about Fox's health and shared he was good. "Yeah, he's all good. He's all good." Now, according to TMZ, not only was Fox spotted on the boat on Sunday, but he was also spotted out Saturday night in Chicago. This officially marks the first time the public is seeing Fox with their own eyes, hopefully ending several rumors and further speculation on if Fox was okay. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Do you agree with Jamie Foxx remaining quiet for this long, or should his team have come forward much sooner on what happened to the award-winning comedian? For more news and comedy, be sure to subscribe here to our YouTube channel and follow Comedy Hype across all social media. And for more original content, you can head over to hypeplusTV.com.
What do you think about this, man? Because I'm like, she said she saw him, but I'm like, he's still kind of a distance, though. I don't know if that's really him, man. You know, I'm kind of like a little skeptical here. What do you think,
Man,
that could be some.
why he still ain't
stuff.
came out and why he still ain't just came out and spoke to people? He normally on video and speaking it to people, man. You know.
The movie come out July 21st, brother.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I found one of this article I read earlier about the I Clone Tyrone style. Well, daggone, Jamie Foxx got a lot of movies out, so why I got to be the I Clone Tyrone style? What is that about?
Selective programming, baby.
Clone Tyrone. So there go. I think that's a clone, man. You know what? You're right. He missed it for me. That's right, Dawson. That is funny, right? But last week he wasn't doing good. Now he on a yacht. He went to a place where he did all these surgeries, cancer or treatments. He doing fine. This is some delusion stuff, man. I don't believe it. But hey Dawson, I'm gonna do you a favor in September. My buddy hit me up yesterday. He said, "Hey B, me and you ain't never been to an NFL game together." I said, "All right." He was like, "You know, would you, you know, be interested in ever going?" I said, "Who playing?" Buffalo Bills and Washington Commanders. And usually I say, "No, I ain't going." But guess what? Dawson, just for you and Shaq, I gotta go. Because DeMar Hamlin might be on the field. Now, I don't know if we the clone DeMar Hamlin or they throwing some other puppet out there. But there you go. When he told me Buffalo Bills, I said, you know what? Yeah, I might have to go to this game because there you go, DeMar Hamlin gonna be on the field. So they say. I said, listen, I got to go see this for myself. They might even do a tribute to him on the field if he playing or not.
Hold on, Bernard. Hold on. Hold on. When he at the so-called white party, Hey,
Hey,
when he at the white porter?
look, that's why I got to go to see it myself, brother. Hey, man. The man might shake my hand and that daggone my hand might run through his hand like plastic. I found out it's real or not. My bad, they ain't gonna let me even get close to him, just like they did everybody else. Man, he said, daggone Buffalo Bills. I said, yeah, come on. I said, yeah, you know what? Yeah, come on, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, because I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him on the way up there. Hey, man, you still believe that my hand? You think that's really him? Boy. I gotta see it, man. I don't know, man. It's gotta like some wild stuff. Matter of fact, you say he was at the white party?
Yeah, I think he was at that all white party. Was it Mike Rubin or something? His all white party?
That was
All
Little
the
Baby,
celebrities was there.
That was Little Baby,
Huh?
right?
That was who?
Little Baby was there.
I think they said, oh dude, the Hamlin nigga was there. When I'm mistaken.
Oh shoot, there. Oh shit. Let's check it out. Come in now. They say he threw out the first pitch at a Pirates game. I know Little Baby was. Wait a minute. This guy's all over Philadelphia, though. Let's check this out. Look at this. You see this yet?
What's it?
Represent the city of Pittsburgh, the city Thank you, Jamal.
I see him at the University of Pittsburgh. I mean, the Pittsburgh Pirates game throwing out the first pitch. Dawson, is that a delusion? It's not a state of emergency. Is that a delusion? Dawson, you don't believe that's the Mount Hamlin, do you? Man. That is crazy, right? I know Little Baby was there part of Michael Rubin, though. Jack, man, I don't know, man. That was it. You know what? I don't have my, let's say, I got rid of all the topics. So, see, I always say I'll get rid of the good stuff first, then we might throw a little buzz in there. Like, Dawson, thank you for. Dawson need to let him rest in peace. But thank you. But they can't let him rest in peace. They got to keep that going because they can't let you know what happened on the field. Yeah, that's some crazy shit though, man. Like, look, Dawson made a good thing about daggone Sexy Red, who got this song called Pound Town too. What she say, Shaq, on there? She said, I'm thugging with my rounds. I'm thugging with my rounds.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I'm thugging with my rounds, my pussy pink and my asshole brown. I said, what the hell wrong with this broad, man? It's just
Mm-hmm.
I said, they making a mockery of women, man. That's some crazy stuff, man. And just saying, just throwing it out there for the record. Daggone.
Mm-hmm.
If it's brown, what the hell are we talking about, man? Boy.
Then she looking to get her. She in Miami. She in Miami trying to get a pussy stretched. Damn, Bernard. Damn.
As she say, her and the girl Cash Doll were turning on each other at the BET Award. They were pregnant together. One of them was pregnant. I said, boy, they is getting a little bit. This thing getting a little bit demonic, brother. You said something about Michael Rubin, right?
Yeah, that was his all-white party. Yeah, the celebrities that was passed. All of them. Kevin Hart was there. Jay-Z, all of them was there. Big hitters was there.
Jay-Z?
Yeah, I think Jay-Z and them was there, if I'm mistaken. Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. I done found this thing, boy. Who playing this? You know what, Shaq? I don't usually get into this, but this gonna prove our point. You know what? I got 10 more minutes. I'm gonna just go ahead and play this. So don't ever question us on the small hats no more. All right? This is some real deep stuff here. I got to play this.
In the Hamptons en route to Michael Rubin's annual 4th of July party. First off, we got Jay-Z, Ty. I don't know who else is in that car. Jay-Z and all his friends that look like maybe Corey Gamble in the back seat, and then followed up by Kelly Rowland, Mama Tina, and Angie Beance in this vintage car. We got Winnie Harlow and her man Kyle Kuzman on their way. This is all white party as well. Lori, okay, fine. Haley Bieber, Kendall, don't play with it. Justine Skye looking ethereal and sexy. Kim K, and the beautiful Lala on their way to turn up at the festivities. Now, you know Michael got a big old mansion. All white. It seemed like he stole P. Diddy's party and made it his own. You know, we got a lot of celebrities, French Montana, Kylie again, the Hearts. We saw Jack Harlow a minute ago. Basketball people. All right. The fat Jewish in there. Tom Brady, little baby. Lori. Okay. Oh, those are the Barker kids. J-Lo and Ben and their little Dirk.
Hold on.
Okay, this is a lot of people.
J-Lo had their 17-year-old. He had was the boy Ben Affleck. He had his 17-year-old daughter was there.
Okay, and Brad is going.
Hey, man. That was Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant. Man, everybody was at Michael Rubin party.
Mm-hmm. You know what I said? Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Ben Affleck had his 17-year-old daughter from my old girl. What's her name? Jennifer Gardner. He had his 17. She was there too at the white party.
Michael Rubin, huh? Boy,
they all say they was effed up. They all say they was effed up. They drunk so much that they was effed up.
I ain't surprised Kim K was there now. I know she'd be there, but damn. I know somebody got on the casting couch that night.
quick. Let me name everybody in the comments. Somebody name everybody in the comments. Give us a full guest list, all right? Tiffany Haddish, Neo performing. I also saw Usher. Okay, yes, he got Usher. Go Shorty, it's your birthday on the cake. This looks like a time, all right? And how everybody's getting the invite, I've got no idea. I need to step my social status up. Maybe I can get on the invite list for next 4th of July. 21 Savage, June Ambrose, Drewski. Okay, Coyle Ray. This is definitely a who's who. Meek Mill. Meek Mill got braids now. My lord. My lord. Quavo in there. Travis Scott. Coyle Ray looks so cute. Oh, they got this man wearing a chain. Whose chain is that? Kelly. Beautiful Kelly Rowland. And the fireworks to top it all off. Great event. Here we're going to go through some of the celebrities. Quavo and Bieber. You know they've collaborated on music. I'm sure they're having fun in the party together. Tom Brady, Michael Rubin, Travis Scott, Quavo, and I do not know that other white man to the side. Let me know in the comments again. Travis wearing the shoes. I want the shoes so bad. The fat Jewish showing cakes in these chaps. He said he was making the rappers uncomfortable. I'm sure you're making everybody uncomfortable, bro. What is that? I mean, it's one thing to be funny, but to be an actual joke, I don't know. Whitney Harlow tapping her friends to come outside. The great Chantel Jeffries, queen of social media. I haven't seen her in a minute. I'm glad she's doing well, still thriving. Louboutins on. This girl cute, giving us Princess Peach with that bow on the head. Big Chanel bag. It's not really my favorite when girls wear a big bag to an event. It rubs me the wrong way, but maybe I'm being too picky. Drewski, hilarious, wearing these knit shorts, these crochet shorts, and that cowboy hat. I guess when you're a comedian, you got to be funny all the time. No days off. So here we are. Drewski. Jack Harlow, he look all right. Kyle Kuzman, he looks good. Okay, and Winnie always looks good giving us model pose. They're both towering over Mr. Michael Rubin. I also like her Givenchy silver bag. ODB in there, sexy. Okay, this man is fine. No disrespect to his baby mama. Winnie Harlow flicking it up with Michael Rubin's daughter, Kylie. Way to get in good with the people who matter, Winnie. This is why she always gets an invite to the important situations. All the fly girls, Lala, Kim, ODB. Lori, Justine, Haley.
Odell Beckham Jr., man. Ain't that one. Odell Beckham Jr., man.
Oh, she said ODB, though. She said OBJ. ODJ.
I don't know.
ODB. Oh, they call him ODB now? Damn.
Hey, man. I don't know why he did that.
Damn. Right.
And Kendall, I'm sure they all came together. Bieber is the only man in the group. Lil Baby, Michael Rubin, Lala, Kim. Lil Baby with the chrome hearts, I guess. And then the vest. Let me know what you think about Lil Baby's look in the comments. B and J. Now, we did not see Beyonce in the car. I assume she came later on. Maybe she was getting dressed. Maybe she was dealing with the children. We don't know. Her look, we can't really see it, but I don't love the glasses, Beyonce. I'm so sorry. And they're Dolce & Gabbana, but I just don't love them. Lori, looking beautiful with one of my favorite supermodels, Riley Montana. Now, I don't know where Riley has been. She has not been on the runway. She was supposed to have music coming out. I don't know if that's still the deal. Let me know again in the comments. Kodak Lens, Kevin Hart, DJ Khaled, another one. They don't want to see us party. They don't want to see us wearing all white. They don't want to see us living it up like rich people should. Coco Jones and Riley Montana. I would love to hear the music between these two and the music video because it will be a serve. DJ Khaled getting yelled at by Swiss Beats. I wonder what they're talking about. Is it a versus? Is it a collaboration? Is Swiss Beats faded? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Riley is really outside in this party, living it up. I want to know what the deal is. Where is the music, Riley? You're around all the right people. Let us hear it. Next, I'm going to show you Corey Gamble. I don't know what's going on, but you be the judge.
This is a legend you're witnessing right now. Yo, Corey. I'm laughing because I'm nice, but you're a fucking legend. Laugh with me or no, I'm laughing with you, bro. I'm laughing because like you really a legend.
Take care of my both of y'all, my motherfucking.
No, you're a real one.
So it's obvious that Corey is a little faded off the Ace of Spades, and who wouldn't be in his situation? But I'm happy to see him out among the blacks, having a good time. He seems safe. He seems happy. I'm for it, Corey. Go ahead, enjoy yourself.
I like girls that's down to earth, so don't be stuck up. I I don't take L's, I give them out and I chuck them up. First listening, hearing this shit like, what the fuck? 10 toes, that's my MO, right? I'm over ground, that's my MO. Fucking close friends, I got friends that I keep close and they let it go while I reload.
Enjoy it, celebrate it, love it. More importantly, goddamn it, embrace it. And if you're not drinking Grand Coromino, I don't know what you're drinking. By the way, this is not a plug. I'm not here to plug my tequila in any way, shape, or form. I want everybody to have a good time. But if you have an opportunity to taste Grand Coromino, I want you to understand that hard work tastes different. Our product is one for the people. And you're not going to get a more premium taste for your product. But it's not about me, it's about you. Usher, I love you. To you, it's a Grand Coromino. Hard work takes different.
Everyone stop. Travis Scott, you just throw up, get the fuck up.
So Kevin Hart had to get his liquor commercial off, but they had Kendall's 818 in the place, and they also had a bunch of Ace of Spades. Apparently, Travis Scott got so drunk he threw up. Interesting.
Just a little bit lower for me.
I'm sorry, that was too easy. I had to. The party looks very festive. Everybody looks like they're having a great time. It was catered by Kevin Hart's restaurant, Hart House. So I get why he wanted to plug his liquor. Totally makes sense. You see how Michael Rubin got him the fuck out of here with that. They're like, Travis, get your ass up. The boys look like they were turned up for a while. Jack Harlow at the DJ booth. Drewski. I do not know who this Prada outfit man is. Let me know in the comments. He looks cool. I like his outfit. Kelly Rowland with the beautiful Ella May. I know Ella May is going to frame this picture, put it up in her house because this is Kelly Rowland, the legend, the icon. Little Baby found somebody track. It was not a lot of black girls there, so I'm assuming that is a Caucasian woman's track. So don't ever just put it on us. Inside the party, the performances got the night going.
Three.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Keep it going. Happy birthday, dear Jay. I promise that I'm gonna keep it coming all night long. Yeah. And I think this shawty, I kinda think for you, yeah. I can tell by the way you look at me, girl, I wanna be.
This 4th of July event definitely is going to go down as one of Michael Rubin's most epic. The guest list was crazy. The performance is amazing. Again, like I said, I've got to get my social cloud up so I can try to get on the guest list or something. Kylie Rubin, let's be besties. Even Taco made the event. He's there standing next to Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, what is going on? This party is definitely a who's who. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments.
Let me bring this up, man. Let me bring this up, man, for real. All right.
Don't behave, Bernard, now. Don't behave. God damn it.
Bro, I can't believe they brought that woman tracks out, but you know what I'm going to say? All that daggone money they spent in the all-white party. Why these daggone clowns ain't daggone giving some of that money back to the community? They claim about the community so much, BLM and all that stuff. They daggone hanging out with Michael Rubin, a small head. Boy.
Hey.
Everybody was in that thing too, man. They daggone got DJ Khaled. All right.
But hold on. Did you hear what she said?
What?
Ain't Diddy normally the one he came up with throwing his white parties? How said that Michael Rubin with the white parties?
That's interesting. Yeah. That is interesting, isn't it?
Was Diddy there? She didn't mention Diddy was there, did she? Oh, shit. Hey, look, is Diddy on his fake pro back shit?
What do you mean?
No, I'm just talking. Why he went at the all-white party?
I see Kyle Kuzma was there with blue hair, too. You know what? Somebody was telling about Kyle Kuzma the other day. And I just thought about Kyle Kuzma just signed like a 6-year, 5-year, $100+ million deal with the Wizards, too.
How the hell he get $100 million deal? I'm not hating, but damn.
He
Huh?
averaged 20 points a game last year. He averaged a career high 20 points a game. Yeah.
So you can average 20 points for one goddamn season and get $100 million contract? Damn.
Ever since he
Must be nice.
Ever since he went to Washington for Russell Westbrook, he been balling though. I can't lie about it.
Must be nice.
But
you would take Kyle Kuzma over Russell Westbrook?
Didn't he get traded for him?
Damn. Well, Washington ain't nobody. I mean, it's still a professional team, but they ain't kicking up no dust.
But
they getting paid though. $100 million on damn. 5 years, that's what?
That's 100. That's 20 million plus, but it's more than 100 million. I say it's $100 million plus dollar deal. I forgot the actual figure.
Damn.
Yeah. He got a championship there with Lakers and stuff, but it's interesting that daggone. And one of them girls looked like she had a skin disease too. What's her girl name with the skin disease up there? Looked like she got brown skin with white patches. I can't think of her name.
Oh yeah, was it the Verlago shit?
Yeah, the one, but she was with Kyle Kuzma though, or they had a picture with Kyle Kuzma.
Oh, okay.
But Michael Rubin, yeah, that's how the small heads roll, baby. They got you out there drunk. They gonna blackmail somebody. Somebody gonna be a sacrifice.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah, they got you out there on it. They got you out there, Michael Rubin party, daggone.
But you know what? I was just saying, what the hell is Justin Bieber at? We haven't seen and heard nothing from Justin Bieber since shit last, 2021?
He got Bell's palsy, man.
Ah, shit.
Something like that. Yeah, something was going on with him.
Kelly Rowland?
Yeah, she was there too.
They all have been up.
Beyonce. Anybody invite Michelle though, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it bounces, brother. You know the deal.
Damn.
That's my great brother.
Yeah, I guess.
That's my great
I
brother.
guess Kanye didn't get the invite either.
What they gonna invite him for? Michael Rubin ain't right. Ain't Michael Rubin a small head? Invite him for what? Man, what you invite Kanye for? Small head. Surprise, Barack Obama.
Well, hold on. Well, Kanye got small head friends.
Yeah,
he got small head friends and shit.
Yeah, not them, but not them type. Not Michael Rubin, not the one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he probably do. I mean, he probably do. Probably got a small head friend now, but guess what? They still not. You don't get no invite to the barbecue if you talk about my business.
Right.
But it is what it is. But yeah, I'll just say this: keep your eyes open. That's part of Delusion. But we did a show today called State of Emergency, State of Delusion. Someone with delusions, that's delusion, and a lot of state of emergencies with the health topics and things like that. Also, one health topic we're gonna bring up next time is about these lab-grown meats and why there's no protest behind it.
Why is there no protest? Yep.
So, that being said, go ahead and shout out your information, brother.
Yeah, man. Peace, man. Shout out to everybody that tapped in, man. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Send my boy a donation. Donate to BJ's Cash App. You can tap in with me on the Instagram, Shaq_Edwards, or Facebook, Shaq Edwards. Yeah, I mean, I be in these, like I said, in these YouTube streets. So I be around on these panels, man. You know, Aboriginal panels and, you know, Aboriginal American panels and American Indian panels and shit, man. You know, keeping this American paradigm jumping, baby. They got to come see us.
Well, to be honest with you, or they going to see Michael Rubin.
You're right.
That is some crazy shit. Right there,
now it's gonna be interesting. I want to see what the hell P. Diddy, his white party, gonna be like. That's what he done do that. What, do his birthday month in November or something?
Yeah.
Or that's the New Year's.
Man,
that's gonna be interesting.
But Nevertheless, you give me Bernard Johnson Facebook, Bernard 1120 Instagram, King BJ 5032, 1987 BJ1 Twitter, and there go $1919 BJ for Cash App. Wow. I done seen it all with these clowns, man. These clowns daggone there made my day having an all-white party. Also,
man, you should have seen the one video,
King
man,
BJ
when they were talking about.
Yeah, they made me lose my train of thought, man. When they daggone being that crazy to be up there, daggone bunch of broken food sitting up there, daggone. I told you they showed us the good pictures, but they ain't show us who's on the casting couch.
Man, look here. They got some photo. They got some video. Nigga, somebody posted on Instagram, boy, where they got Justin Bieber look like he was on his knees, nigga, sucking off Trey Songz, nigga. This shit crazy, cuz. That shit look. Hey, look, the optics. Hey, look, the optics look crazy. You like, is he on his knees? What the fuck? What? Why he that close to that nigga penis? Hey, man. Hey, man. Say, man.
Clown shows. But nevertheless, take your time, brother. We'll catch up soon.
All right.
Gotcha.
All right, Dawson, we might hit you up a little later.
Yes. Yeah. Take your time.
All right. Peace.